Close your eyes and let yourself drift, slowly, gently, as though you were being carried by the tide itself. The ocean has always been more than water, more than salt, more than the endless blue that stretches toward the horizon. It is rhythm, it is depth, it is silence, it is song. It is the oldest companion of the earth, whispering its lullaby for millions of years, never hurried, never silent, always moving, always calm. Tonight we will let the ocean carry us, not in waves of noise, but in currents of stillness, not in storms, but in gentle swells, not in facts that demand attention, but in facts that dissolve into dreams, each one a ripple upon the surface of your imagination, each one guiding you deeper and deeper toward rest. Imagine standing at the edge of the sea at twilight. The sand is cool beneath your feet, the last light of the sun fading into a horizon brushed with rose and violet. Before you, the water moves endlessly, its surface shifting in patterns so steady they feel eternal. Waves rise, curl, and fall, their sound a repetition older than any song, a rhythm so familiar it feels like breathing itself. Inhale as the wave rises, exhale as it falls. Inhale with the swelling, exhale with the breaking. The ocean has always breathed this way, and tonight you may breathe with it, matching its rhythm, surrendering to its calm. As you listen, you may notice small details, the faint hiss of foam as it retreats, the deeper rumble of a larger wave beyond, the distant cry of a seabird carried upon the wind. Yet none of these sounds disturb. They blend into one another, forming a harmony that holds you steady, that cradles you like a tide. The ocean does not need to shout, it soothes. It does not need to hurry, it endures. Its song is endless, its patience infinite, its presence eternal. And within this vastness lies wonder. Did you know that the ocean covers more than 70% of the earth, its waters stretching farther than the mind can hold? Yet as vast as it is, it feels intimate, as though each wave belongs to you alone, as though each tide rises and falls for your breathing alone. Imagine floating upon that surface, the salt water holding you effortlessly, your body weightless, your eyes gazing upward at a sky filled with stars. The horizon disappears, the division between sea and sky dissolves, and you are left suspended in calm, drifting between worlds, held by the ocean, embraced by the night. Beneath the surface, too, calm reigns. Though the ocean hides countless mysteries, tonight you may imagine only its gentlest truths, the way currents flow slowly, wrapping the globe in silent ribbons of water, carrying warmth from one place to another, never rushing, always moving, patient as time itself. The Gulf Stream, the great conveyor of the Atlantic, moves like a slow breath, warming coasts, guiding creatures, connecting continents without sound. To imagine it is to imagine an invisible hand stroking the earth, steady, constant, soothing. Even the creatures of the sea, so often described in tales of power or fear, can be seen tonight as companions of stillness. Picture a sea turtle, its body gliding gracefully through the water, each stroke of its flippers slow, unhurried, as if it has all the time in the world. Because it does. Picture a jellyfish, translucent and glowing, drifting with the current, its bell pulsing gently, its body rising and falling like a living breath. Picture a school of fish turning together, not in panic, but in perfect harmony, their silver bodies shimmering like stars beneath the waves. They move not with haste, but with rhythm, part of the ocean's own lullaby. And as you breathe, let yourself feel this truth. The ocean is not chaos, it is calm hidden in vastness, order hidden in motion, peace hidden in depth. It has always been here, always singing, always carrying the world in its tides. Tonight it carries you as well, Each fact we whisper about it will not weigh you down. It will lift you, like a current beneath your body, like a tide beneath your breath, like a wave beneath your thoughts. And gently, before we drift further, let me invite you to be part of this journey beyond tonight. If the ocean's calm brings you peace, if its endless rhythm helps you rest, consider leaving a small sign of your presence, liking this video, sharing it with someone who longs for the same calm, or subscribing so you may return whenever you need the ocean's embrace. Do it not with urgency, but with softness, as naturally as the tide moves, as gently as the waves return to the shore. Now, close your eyes more fully, breathe more deeply, and let the ocean expand around you. Its horizon is endless, its depth immeasurable, its song eternal. You are floating now, carried by water, carried by silence, carried by calm. The ocean has welcomed you, and in its embrace you are free to drift, to surrender, to sleep. Block 2, the endless breath of the waves. The ocean never sleeps, yet it never hurries. And as you listen tonight, you can feel how its rhythm has always been the same. Soft, steady, eternal. Each wave that rises and falls upon the shore is not a disruption, but a continuation. Not an end, but a beginning. Not chaos, but breath. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of the sea as twilight fades into night, the sand cool beneath your feet, the air heavy with salt, the horizon dissolving into shadow. Before you, the water moves endlessly, wave after wave, and you realize that this sound, this rhythm, has been the Earth's lullaby since before there were cities, before there were roads, before there were names. It is older than memory, older than story, older even than the stars reflected in its surface. It is breath. And tonight, it is your breath too. The wave begins far away, perhaps born from a wind across a distant sea. A wind you will never feel, a storm you will never see. That energy travels across the surface of the water, crossing hundreds, thousands of miles, until it reaches your shore. By the time it arrives, the storm is gone, the wind is silent, but the wave continues. It swells gently, curling as it nears the sand, and then it falls, its foam spreading thinly, its sound dissolving into a hiss softer than a sigh. It retreats, gathers itself again, and returns. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. The ocean breathes with you and you with it, and the longer you listen, the more your body sinks into its rhythm. The more your thoughts are carried away like driftwood on the tide. Some waves are small, little more than ripples, their foam brushing your toes before sliding away again. Others are larger, rolling with deeper sound, their crash not frightening but steady, a heartbeat magnified into stone and water. And yet, whether small or large, each wave carries the same truth. Nothing is rushed, nothing is wasted, nothing is lost. The water that leaves will always return, the tide that falls will always rise, the rhythm that fades will always begin again. If you lie down upon the sand, closing your eyes, you may feel the vibrations of each wave moving through the ground beneath you. The earth itself hums with the ocean's voice, a deep resonance that seeps into your bones. Above you, the sky fills with stars, their light faint but steady, and you realize that the rhythm of the ocean and the rhythm of the heavens are the same. Endless cycles, endless breath, endless calm. The moon too plays its part, though it makes no sound. Its silent gravity pulls at the water, raising tides, lowering them, guiding the ocean in cycles as patient as eternity. You may imagine the moonlight falling across the waves now, silver pathways stretching across the dark surface, each ripple glistening like a thread of light woven into water. The tide responds slowly, not in sudden leaps but in gradual shifts, a reminder that even change can be calm, that even motion can be peace. And beneath the surface, life stirs quietly. At night, tiny creatures rise from the depths, drifting upward to feed, their bodies glowing faintly, bioluminescent sparks shimmering in the dark. They pulse like stars beneath the water, moving with the rhythm of the waves, invisible by day but radiant by night. To imagine them is to imagine the sea itself as a sky turned upside down, constellations glowing in liquid darkness, moving with the breath of the tide. Farther out, beyond the breakers, the waves no longer crash but lift and lower, a slow cradle for anything that floats upon them. Imagine yourself there, lying upon your back, the water holding you effortlessly. The swell raises you gently, lowers you again, raises, lowers, never hurried, never harsh. You do not swim, you do not struggle. You surrender, and the ocean carries you as though you were weightless, as though you belong to its rhythm all along. Your breathing matches it without effort, in with the rise, out with the fall, until you cannot tell where your body ends and the sea begins. The sound of the waves, too, changes with your closeness. On the shore, it is crisp, foam hissing against sand. From afar, it is a deep murmur, like the low voice of the earth itself. From within, floating upon the swells, it becomes almost silent, replaced by the faint slosh of water against your ears, the slow pulse of your own heart, beating in harmony with the tide. Each perspective is part of the same lullaby, a song with endless verses, a song that has no beginning and no end. And here is another gentle truth. More than half of the oxygen you breathe tonight is created by the ocean, by tiny plants drifting in the water, unseen but tireless. As the waves rise and fall, so too do these small lives, giving breath to the world, sustaining life with every cycle. You inhale, and the ocean is within you. You exhale, and you return yourself to it. The bond is eternal, invisible, effortless. You are not separate from the sea. You are part of its endless breath. As you lie here listening, imagine each wave carrying something away from you. The first takes your worries, dissolving them into foam. The second takes your burdens, carrying them into the horizon. The third takes your thoughts, scattering them like sand into the tide. And what remains is only calm, only silence, only the rhythm of the ocean breathing for you, within you. The waves do not end, and neither does this peace. So tonight, as the tide rises and falls, let yourself rise and fall with it. Let your body grow heavy, sinking into the sand or the water that holds you. Let your thoughts drift like shells caught in the foam. Let your breath match the ocean's breath, steady, patient, eternal. The waves will continue long after you have fallen asleep, their lullaby unbroken, their rhythm unchanging, their calm eternal. Block 3, the whisper of the tides. The ocean is never still, yet it is never restless, and one of its most ancient rhythms is the rise and fall of the tides. Unlike waves, which are born from winds, the tides belong to the heavens. They are pulled by the moon, guided by the sun, shaped by the slow turning of the earth. They are not sudden, they are not violent, they are patient movements, cycles of water that repeat endlessly, day after day, night after night, for as long as the earth has turned beneath the sky. To listen to the tides is to listen to the silent conversation between the sea and the stars, a dialogue that has been whispered across eternity. Imagine a shore at dawn. The sand stretches wide, cool and untouched, the water drawn far back by the retreating tide. Small pools glimmer where the sea has left them behind, each one a world of its own, filled with tiny shells, darting fish, swaying seaweed. The air is fresh, touched with salt, touched with quiet. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, the water begins to return. At first, it is a faint trickle, a thin shimmer spreading across the sand. Then it is a line of foam creeping forward, advancing step by step, always steady, always gentle. The tide does not rush, it does not leap. It comes as if it has all the time in the world, because it does. By noon, the tide is high. The pools are gone, absorbed back into the body of the sea. The waves lap closer to the rocks, their sound deeper, their voice fuller. The water glows with sunlight, shifting shades of green and blue, reflecting sky and cloud. The tide has returned, filling the shore, completing its cycle. And yet even now it is not finished. Slowly, gently, it begins to retreat again, drawing back into itself, carrying the sand, the shells, the whispers of the morning into the depth. And the cycle continues, hour after hour, day after day. A rhythm as old as the earth, a rhythm you can surrender to tonight. And here lies a calming truth. The tides are not only beautiful, they are essential. They stir the waters, carrying nutrients across the oceans, feeding creatures seen and unseen, sustaining life with every rise and fall. Without tides, the seas would grow stagnant. With tides, the oceans breathe, the coastlines are renewed, the world itself is nourished. You may think of them tonight as the heartbeat of the planet, a pulse that never falters, a rhythm that never ends. Picture yourself lying upon a quiet beach at night. The moon hangs above, glowing silver, its light spreading across the water in a shimmering path. The tide responds, rising to meet it, pulled gently by the moon's invisible hand. You hear the water moving closer, inch by inch, the sound soft, steady, inevitable. It is not a march, but a caress, the ocean leaning toward the land, then pulling away again, leaning, retreating, leaning, retreating. Your body, too, begins to sway with this rhythm, your breath moving in harmony, your thoughts dissolving with each cycle. In some places, the tides rise and fall only a little, their movement subtle, barely noticed. In others, they climb and retreat by many meters, transforming the coast entirely, exposing rocks and sands at 1 hour, covering them completely the next. Yet whether large or small, whether dramatic or delicate, the tides remain the same in their essence. Predictable, steady, eternal. Sailors once trusted them, farmers once measured their work by them, priests once marked their calendars with them, and now you too can trust them, not for navigation, not for labor, but for rest. Their certainty becomes your certainty, their patience becomes your patience, their calm becomes your calm. And within the tide pools, those small worlds left behind at low tide, another kind of peace resides. Picture a shallow basin of water, its surface still, its depths alive with tiny creatures. Small crabs scuttle across the sand, their movements quick but harmless. Starfish cling to rocks, unmoving, patient as stone. Sea anemones sway gently, their tentacles soft, their colors glowing faintly in the water. Each pool is a universe in miniature, complete and self-sufficient, and yet it is temporary, existing only until the tide returns to claim it. Even in their impermanence there is calm, a reminder that all things flow, all things return, all things are embraced by the sea. So tonight let the tides be your lullaby. Imagine them rising slowly, carrying you upward, holding you gently, then falling again, lowering you softly, never hurried, never harsh. Let your breath follow them, steady and patient, in and out, rise and fall, ebb and flow. The tides do not end, and neither does their calm. They will continue long after you have closed your eyes, long after your thoughts have drifted into dreams. The sea will whisper to the moon, The moon will whisper to the sea, and you will rest in the silence between their words. Block 4. The calm depths beneath the surface. Beneath the gentle rise and fall of tides, beneath the waves that curl and dissolve upon the shore, there exists another world. A world vast and silent, stretching down into shadow. The surface of the ocean is a mirror, reflecting the sky, but below it lies a cathedral of depth, layer upon layer of water that has remained undisturbed for millions of years. Tonight we will not descend in haste or with fear. We will drift downward slowly, as if sinking into a dream, as if the ocean itself were guiding us softly into its embrace. Imagine yourself floating upon the surface, the stars above reflected in the rippling water. You begin to sink, not with weight, not with pressure, but with calm. The surface grows more distant, the starlight fading, replaced by a dim blue glow that surrounds you. This is the sunlit zone, where light still penetrates, where fish glide with grace, their scales shimmering like mirrors, their movements unhurried. You see silver schools drifting together, turning in perfect harmony, their bodies flashing like liquid stars. Sea turtles glide past, each stroke of their flippers slow and measured, as though they have no destination, only the journey itself. Jellyfish float nearby, their bells pulsing gently, their tentacles trailing like threads of silk. All of them move with patience, with rhythm, with the calm of the sea itself. As you drift deeper, the light begins to fade. The water cools, the colors darken, the sounds grow muffled. This is the twilight zone, where only the faintest beams of sunlight reach, where creatures carry their own light to guide them. Tiny sparks appear around you, plankton glowing with bioluminescence, tiny lanterns suspended in the water. Fish with shimmering bodies pulse in and out of view, their scales glowing with soft blues, greens, and purples. It feels as though you are floating in a sky turned upside down, surrounded by stars that breathe, stars that move, stars that whisper. This is not darkness, but another kind of light, soft and secret, designed not to dazzle but to soothe. Deeper still, and you reach the midnight zone. Here, the sun never shines, yet life endures, slow and steady. The water is cold, the pressure immense, yet creatures drift calmly through it, carrying their own glow. Imagine the soft pulse of a jellyfish, luminous against the black, its body rising and falling like a lantern swaying in the wind. Imagine an anglerfish, its glowing lure swaying gently in the dark, not frightening, not fierce, but steady, a point of light waiting patiently in silence. Even here, where no surface sound penetrates, the ocean breathes. Its currents move slowly, its creatures endure quietly, its calm is unbroken. And even deeper lies the abyss, where the seafloor stretches like a vast plain, dotted with mountains and trenches, valleys deeper than any canyon on land. Though it may seem distant and alien, tonight it is not harsh, but serene. The sand upon the seafloor lies undisturbed. The rocks rise like silent guardians. The currents move with the patience of centuries. Strange creatures drift across this plain, their bodies soft, their movements unhurried. They glow faintly, their light swaying like candles in the dark. Down here, time itself seems slower, as though the ocean has drawn a curtain of silence across the world, as though nothing exists but calm. And here is a gentle fact. Though the surface may shimmer with waves and storms, most of the ocean lies in this calm darkness. It is not a place of noise or conflict, but of patience. Life here moves slowly, conserving energy, enduring in silence. The ocean's depths are not chaos but stability, not emptiness but fullness. They hold most of the water on Earth, most of the life, most of the mystery, and yet they remain hidden, quiet, steady. So tonight, as you imagine sinking slowly into these depths, you may feel the same calm surrounding you. Each layer of the ocean becomes another layer of rest. Sunlit, twilight, midnight, abyss, all carrying you deeper into stillness, deeper into peace. The surface may fade, the light may vanish, but what remains is not fear. What remains is calm, endless, and eternal. The ocean does not end, and neither does its rest. Block 5. The ocean is a lullaby. From the twilight and midnight depths where glowing creatures drift in silence, let us return slowly to the surface, where the ocean's voice rises again in sound. The sea has always sung, not with words, but with rhythms, not with melodies of human design, but with patterns older than memory, softer than thought. The waves are not noise, they are music. The tides are not motion, they are rhythm. The whispers of the currents are not absence, they are harmony. To listen to the ocean is to hear the earth's own lullaby, a song without beginning or end, a song that has played since the first dawn, a song that will continue long after we have drifted into dreams. Picture yourself lying upon the sand at night, your head tilted toward the horizon. The waves rise and fall in steady cadence, each one a verse in the song. Foam hisses softly as it pulls back into the water, like a breath drawn inward. The crash of the next swell is deeper, resonant, like a note struck upon a drum. Between them lies silence, not empty but full, a pause that allows the next note to bloom. Together they form a pattern: crash, hiss, pause, crash, hiss, pause. Music made of water and time. As you listen, your heartbeat slows to match it. Your breath falls into rhythm, and the song becomes part of you, steady, soothing, eternal. And here lies another gentle truth. Every coastline has its own version of this lullaby. On sandy beaches, the waves whisper softly, sliding back with a sigh. On rocky shores, they boom more deeply, echoing against stone. In shallow lagoons, they murmur quietly, as though humming to themselves. Yet no matter where the ocean touches land, its song remains a call to calm, a melody woven into every shore, every night, every breath. The ocean's music is not only waves, it is also the call of distant creatures, the low moan of whales carrying for miles, the clicks and songs that echo through water like prayers in a cathedral. These sounds are not jarring, they are drawn out, lingering, resonant. Imagine hearing the call of a humpback whale deep in the distance, its voice stretching across the sea. It rises slowly, holds, then falls again, like a sigh stretched into eternity. To hear it is to hear the ocean itself speaking, not in urgency but in patience, not in demand but in reassurance. Even the smallest sounds add to the lullaby. The crackle of shrimp snapping in coral reefs, so faint it becomes like static woven into silence. The hum of fish moving together, their fins brushing against currents. The bubbling of air released from seaweed rising gently to the surface. Each one a note, each one a thread, each one part of the harmony. The ocean does not need instruments, for it is itself an instrument, an endless choir of sound and silence blending into one another. And tonight, as you rest, let yourself hear this lullaby more deeply. Imagine the waves not only against the shore but also against your spirit, washing away thought after thought, smoothing them into silence. Imagine the whale's song echoing softly within you, guiding your breath, lengthening your exhale, slowing your pulse. Imagine the foam's hiss carrying your worries outward, dissolving them into the horizon. This is the ocean's gift. It takes what you give it and returns only calm. And before we drift further, let me remind you gently, as softly as the waves remind the sand, if this ocean lullaby has carried you deeper into rest, you can help keep its song alive. A simple act, liking this video, sharing it with someone who longs for peace, or subscribing so you may return whenever you need the sea's embrace, becomes part of the rhythm itself. It allows this calm to reach further, to linger longer, to flow into more hearts. Do it as naturally as the tide returns, as gently as the waves dissolve into foam, as softly as the night folds into sleep. Now close your eyes again and listen. The ocean is singing still. Its waves repeat their hymn, its creatures hum their notes, its silence holds the spaces between. You are part of it now, carried in its rhythm, embraced by its music, lulled by its endless breath. The ocean's song has no end, and as you drift into sleep, it will continue, steady and eternal, holding you in its arms. Block 6, The Gentle Dance of Marine Life. From the music of waves and the deep resonant calls of whales that stretch like threads across the sea, let us now drift into the presence of the countless creatures that inhabit the ocean, not as hunters or prey, not as spectacles of nature documentaries, but as dancers in an endless ballet choreographed by currents and tides. Every movement in the sea, from the smallest flicker of a fin to the slow drift of a jellyfish, is part of a choreography that has been unfolding for millions of years, soft, fluid, unbroken. Tonight we will not see predators or prey, survival or fear. We will see harmony, we will see rhythm, we will see the gentle dance of marine life. Imagine a coral reef at dusk, when the light of the sun filters down in golden beams, softening as it bends through the water. The reef glows with color, yet the colors are not harsh. They shimmer like muted jewels, swaying in rhythm with the currents. Schools of fish weave in and out of coral towers, moving together as though guided by a single breath. Each turn is smooth, each shift is effortless, their silver scales catching light like threads of silk. From a distance, they look less like fish and more like a cloud drifting through water, a living fabric of movement that folds and unfolds in silence. Near them, sea turtles glide. Their bodies are heavy on land but weightless here, each stroke of their flippers slow and measured, their paths unhurried. They drift past coral and rock, through open water, toward the surface and back again, as though they have no destination, only the endless pleasure of moving within the sea. Their eyes are calm, their movements deliberate, their presence ancient. To watch them is to watch time itself slow down, to watch patience embodied in motion. And then there are the jellyfish. They are not creatures that chase or hurry. They are beings that surrender, letting the current carry them, their bells pulsing gently, rhythmically, like a heart. Some glow with faint light, bioluminescence shimmering within their translucent bodies, each pulse a soft lantern in the water. They drift upward, downward, side to side, not resisting, not forcing, simply existing within the flow. To see them is to be reminded that rest is not resistance, that peace comes from surrender, that calm arises when we let ourselves be carried. Dolphins too move in harmony, their bodies sleek, their leaps graceful, their presence playful yet serene. When seen together, gliding through the surface, they seem less like animals and more like brush strokes across a canvas of blue. Each arc of their bodies another line in the painting of the sea. Their clicks and whistles echo softly, blending with the rhythm of waves, forming a conversation that is less about words and more about presence, less about meaning and more about connection. Even the great whales, so immense that their size defies comprehension, move with a slowness that feels almost meditative. Imagine a blue whale, the largest creature ever to exist, gliding through the water. Its body moves with power, yet its motion is unhurried, its rhythm calm. Its tail rises, falls, each movement carrying it forward with the patience of eternity. Its heart beats slowly. Its breath rises in long exhalations. Its voice hums across oceans. Despite its size, it does not rush. It does not force. It simply moves steady and serene, part of the ocean's endless dance. And here lies another gentle truth. Most marine life moves slowly, conserving energy, existing in harmony with currents. The frenzy we imagine is rare. The reality is rhythm, fish gliding, turtles drifting, jellyfish pulsing, whales singing. The ocean is less a battlefield and more a ballroom, less a struggle and more a symphony. Every movement contributes to the whole, every creature part of the same choreography, every motion another note in the ocean's song. So tonight, let yourself drift among them. Imagine yourself floating beside a school of fish, turning when they turn, gliding when they glide, your body weightless, your mind silent. Imagine drifting with a turtle, each stroke of its flippers matched by the slowing of your breath. Imagine pulsing with the jellyfish, your thoughts rising and falling in rhythm with theirs. Imagine listening to the distant call of a whale, its voice guiding you deeper into calm. You are not separate from them. You are part of their dance, part of their song, part of the ocean itself. And as you surrender to this vision, you may realize that your body too is moving in rhythm. Your chest rises, falls, like waves, like tides, like whales, like jellyfish, like all of life. You are breathing with the sea. You are moving with the sea. You are resting with the sea. The dance does not end. The song does not stop. And as you drift deeper into sleep, you are carried by the same rhythm that has guided the ocean for eternity. Block 7, the slow currents of the sea. Beyond the dance of creatures that glide and pulse within the ocean's embrace, lies another rhythm. One not always seen, but always present. The currents. These are the invisible rivers within the sea, moving endlessly across the globe, carrying warmth from one place to another, shaping climates, guiding migrations, connecting distant shores. They do not rush, they do not force, they move with patience, with certainty, with the slowness of time itself. To imagine them tonight is to imagine the earth breathing not in air but in water, exhaling warmth, inhaling cool, pulsing through the veins of the planet in silence. Picture yourself floating above such a current. You do not see it, but you feel it. A gentle push beneath your body, steady and unbroken. It is not a wave that rises and falls, not a tide that retreats and returns. It is a constant movement, smooth and sure, as though the ocean itself were a vast hand carrying you forward. The current does not ask for effort. It carries you effortlessly, guiding you as it has guided countless ships, countless fish, countless drops of water for millions of years. You drift with it, weightless, surrendered, calm. Some currents are vast highways of the sea, like the Gulf Stream in the Atlantic, moving warm water from the tropics toward the cold of the north. Others are gentle loops, circling endlessly in gyres, collecting drifting plankton, guiding wandering turtles, turning patiently in silence. And then there are the deep currents far below the surface, moving colder waters in shadows, unseen but powerful, carrying nutrients upward, feeding life across the globe. Together they form the great conveyor belt of the ocean, a cycle that never breaks, a rhythm that never ends. And here lies a calming truth. These currents are steady because they move slowly. Some take hundreds, even thousands of years to complete their journeys, circling the globe not in days but in centuries. Imagine that pace. Water leaving one shore now will not return until long after lifetimes have passed. Yet it moves without hesitation, without pause. There is no rush in the sea's design. There is only patience, only continuity, only calm. Imagine drifting now within one of these deep currents. The water is cool, the light faint, The pressure immense, yet the movement is smooth, gentle, endless. Tiny particles float around you, carried effortlessly, each one part of the same journey. Fish swim slowly beside you, conserving their strength, trusting the current to guide them. Even whales, vast and strong, follow these paths, letting the invisible rivers carry them across oceans. You are among them, part of the flow, your body aligned with the water, your breath aligned with the rhythm, your mind dissolving into the silence. And above, upon the surface, the currents shape weather itself. They warm coasts, cool deserts, bring rains, bring calm. Without them, the world would be unbalanced, the seasons disrupted, the harmony broken. But with them, the earth breathes in balance, and tonight you breathe with it, knowing that this invisible pulse cradles not only the seas, but the very air you breathe, the very life you live. So let yourself imagine being carried now, not by effort but by surrender. The current moves and you move with it. It turns and you turn. It drifts and you drift. You are not fighting. You are not steering. You are trusting. You are letting the ocean's slow patience guide you, just as it has guided life since the beginning. Each second becomes part of a longer journey, each breath part of a larger rhythm, each thought part of an endless calm. The sea does not rush, and neither must you. Its currents remind you that life moves even when unseen, that balance continues even when unnoticed, that peace endures even in silence. Let that truth surround you now. Let the invisible rivers of the sea carry you deeper into rest, deeper into stillness, deeper into sleep. Block 8. The shimmer of ocean light. From the invisible rivers of the sea that move patiently beneath the surface, guiding warmth and life across the globe. Let us now drift into one of the ocean's quietest wonders. Its light. The sea is not only blue, it is silver, green, gold, violet, and at night it glows with colors that seem otherworldly. Sunlight dances across its waves by day, moonlight paints it silver by night, and deep within, creatures carry their own lanterns, glowing softly in eternal darkness. Light in the ocean is not harsh, it is gentle, wavering, shimmering, as if designed to lull the mind into calm. Imagine the sun at dawn rising above a quiet shore. Its first rays touch the water, and instantly the sea becomes a mirror of fire, rippling with pinks and golds. Each wave catches the light, folds it, scatters it, releasing it again as though the ocean itself were breathing color. The reflections do not stay still. They shift endlessly, yet never lose their calm. To watch them is to watch time itself shimmer, unhurried, unbroken, infinitely patient. By midday, the water is bright, its blues deep, its greens vivid. Shafts of sunlight pierce through the surface, illuminating the world beneath. Fish swim through beams of gold, their scales flashing like coins drifting in currents. Seaweed sways within these columns of light, their fronds glowing emerald, their motion rhythmic, hypnotic. The ocean becomes a cathedral of color, sunlight streaming like stained glass through shifting arches, every shimmer another hymn of stillness. And then, as the day softens into evening, the light changes once more. The sky glows with violets and oranges, and the sea reflects them like a vast canvas. Each wave carries the colors, folding them, dissolving them, releasing them again. The horizon blurs into water, water into sky, until you can no longer tell where one ends and the other begins. In that union lies calm, a reminder that boundaries are illusions, that all flows into all, that peace arises when separation fades. At night, moonlight claims the sea. The water turns silver, its surface glowing as though lit from within. Each ripple reflects the moon's face, stretching its light into long paths across the horizon. To walk along the shore under this glow is to feel surrounded by magic, the waves hissing softly, the foam glowing faintly, the world bathed in silver silence. And far from the coast, where ships once drifted under starlit skies, the sea mirrored the heavens, reflecting constellations so clearly that sailors felt they were suspended between two skies, one above and one below, both infinite, both calm. But deeper still, in the places where the sun and moon never reach, another kind of light glows. Here, creatures themselves carry illumination, soft sparks of bioluminescence. Imagine drifting through this midnight sea, and suddenly, around you, small points of light shimmer. Some flicker briefly like fireflies of the deep. Others glow steadily, outlining the shapes of drifting jellyfish, glowing fish, strange, delicate beings you may never see on land. Their lights are not bright, they are subtle, ethereal, like lanterns swaying in a silent current. Together they form constellations of the deep, stars beneath the surface, galaxies within water. And here lies a calming truth. Most life in the ocean depends upon light, whether from the sun above or from creatures below. The sun warms the surface, feeds the plankton, nourishes the chain of life. The glowing sparks of the deep guide, attract, protect, connect. Light is life, yet in the ocean, light is never rushed, never harsh. It lingers, it shimmers, it caresses. It becomes less a force and more a lullaby, filling the water with calm, filling the heart with peace. So tonight, let yourself drift among these lights. Imagine sunlight falling in beams through waves, painting the sea with gold. Imagine moonlight spreading across the surface, silver paths leading into infinity. Imagine glowing creatures drifting in the dark, each spark another breath of eternity. You are surrounded by light, carried by it, soothed by it. Let it shimmer through your thoughts, dissolve your burdens, soften your dreams. The ocean glows still, and as you close your eyes, you glow with it. Your spirit luminous, your rest eternal. Block 9, the ocean's gentle giants. From the shimmer of light upon the water, from the soft glow of moonbeams and the quiet sparks of bioluminescent creatures, let us now drift toward the largest beings that have ever existed upon this earth. Beings so vast in body, yet so calm in presence that they embody the very essence of serenity. The whales, often called the gentle giants of the sea, move with a slowness that feels like time itself unfolding, each stroke of their tails patient, each breath they release into the air, a soft exhalation that echoes across horizons. To watch them, to imagine them, is to be reminded that true power does not shout, does not rush, does not overwhelm. It glides, it hums, it endures with quiet majesty. Imagine a blue whale, the largest creature ever known. Longer than the greatest ships of Rome, heavier than any beast upon land, yet moving with such ease that it appears weightless. It glides through the water, its vast body carried forward not by force but by rhythm. Each slow rise of its tail sending it forward as though the ocean itself were carrying it. When it surfaces, the world seems to pause. Its back breaks the water, smooth and glistening. A fountain of breath rises into the air, a plume of mist catching sunlight or moonlight, sparkling for a moment before fading back into sky. Then, as gently as it appeared, it sinks again, disappearing into the silence below. Nothing is hurried, nothing is wasted. Its entire being moves in harmony with the ocean's eternal calm. Other whales join this choir of presence, the humpback whose songs carry for miles beneath the water, weaving melodies that rise and fall, stretch and linger, as if the ocean itself were singing through them. These songs are not hurried. They can last for hours, repeating, shifting, flowing. Sailors once heard them through the hulls of their ships, and thought the sea itself was alive with voices. And perhaps it is, for the whales are not separate from the ocean. They are its breath made flesh, its rhythm made sound, its patience given form. Picture now a pod of orcas, their black and white bodies slicing through the surface with grace. They move together, family bound not only by blood but by song, their voices echoing softly in clicks and whistles, guiding one another, comforting one another, never straying far. They rise and fall, their dorsal fins cutting the horizon, their breath rising in soft clouds. Even in their strength there is harmony. Even in their power there is calm. And then there are the gray whales, who migrate farther than any other mammal, traveling thousands of miles between feeding and breeding grounds. Yet their journey is not frantic. It is steady, patient, enduring. They move along coasts, their bodies surfacing in rhythmic intervals, their backs rolling like gentle hills against the sea. Generations follow the same paths, guided by memory, guided by instinct, guided by the slow pull of tides and currents. To imagine them is to imagine the patience of eternity, the willingness to endure, the calm that comes from trust in the ocean's path. Even the smallest of whales, like the beluga with its pale white body glowing against Arctic waters, move with the same serenity. They drift in groups, their voices high and musical, echoing through icy seas like laughter softened by distance. Their presence turns the cold water into something gentle, their glow a reminder that even in the harshest places, the ocean offers calm. And here lies another gentle truth. Whales, despite their size, feed mostly on the smallest of creatures, plankton, krill, tiny fish. They do not roar or rend or chase. They open their mouths, they filter water, they receive. The largest beings in the world live not by taking with force, but by accepting what the ocean offers. In this lies their serenity. In this lies their lesson. That strength does not need aggression. That peace is its own power. So tonight, let these gentle giants swim through your imagination. Picture their vast bodies moving beneath you, silent yet immense. Hear the distant hum of their songs, long and slow, guiding you into deeper rest. Feel their breath rising around you, clouds of mist dissolving into night air. You are small beside them, yet you are not diminished. You are held, carried, embraced by their calm. For as long as they endure, the ocean endures. And as long as the ocean endures, peace will remain. Close your eyes now, and let the whales become your companions in sleep. Their sighs will not overwhelm you, it will shelter you. Their songs will not stir you, they will soothe you. Their presence will not demand of you, it will carry you. The gentle giants of the ocean are still gliding through its depths tonight, and as they move, so too does your spirit. Slow, steady, eternal, drifting deeper and deeper into calm. Block 10, the ocean's eternal horizon. From the presence of whales, whose songs linger through water like hymns stretched into eternity, let us now lift our gaze outward to the horizon itself, the endless line where sea meets sky. The horizon is not a place you can reach, not a boundary you can cross, but a presence that reminds you always of infinity. No matter how far you sail, no matter how long you walk along the shore, it remains ahead. A line that both separates and unites, a reminder that the ocean has no end, that calm has no limits, that rest stretches on forever. Imagine standing upon a quiet beach at dawn. The air is cool, the sand soft beneath your feet, and before you the sea glows faintly with the first touch of sunlight. The horizon stretches across the entire world, a line of light between the deep blue of the water and the pale gold of the sky. You watch as the colors shift slowly, unhurriedly, clouds drifting into hues of rose and violet, the water reflecting every change like liquid glass. The sun rises, the horizon brightens, and you feel as though you are standing at the edge of eternity, watching time unfold in silence. At midday, the horizon shimmers with heat, the waves dissolving into a haze where water and sky become indistinguishable. Ships drift in the distance, their masts appearing and vanishing with the swell, yet the horizon holds steady, never faltering. At dusk, the horizon becomes fire again, glowing with oranges, reds, and purples, the sea carrying those colors in rippling patterns. And at night, the horizon disappears into shadow, replaced by the stars, as though the sky itself has descended to rest upon the water. The horizon is patient, always there, always steady. It does not change, though everything else does. Waves rise and fall, tides retreat and return, clouds gather and scatter, storms arrive and fade. Yet the horizon remains the same line, endless, unbroken. To watch it is to remember that beneath the surface of change lies continuity. Beneath the movements of the world lies calm. Beneath the noise of life lies silence. And here lies a gentle truth. The horizon belongs to everyone. No one owns it, no one can capture it, no one can keep it. It is always ahead, always free, always waiting. Sailors once steered toward it, dreamers once longed for it, poets once sang of it. Yet none could touch it, for it is not a place, it is a promise, a reminder that there is always more beyond, that the ocean is endless, that peace is eternal. So tonight, let the horizon guide you. Imagine yourself walking along the shore, your eyes fixed upon that line where sea meets sky. With each step, you feel as though you are closer, yet it remains ahead, always just beyond reach. But this does not frustrate you, it calms you. For the horizon teaches patience, teaches acceptance, teaches trust in journeys that never end. It reminds you that peace is not a destination to be reached, but a path to be walked, a rhythm to be breathed, a lullaby to be heard. And gently, before we drift further, let me invite you once more to keep walking this path with us. If this horizon of calm has brought you rest tonight, you can leave behind a small sign of your presence. Like the footprints upon the sand, it may seem small, yet it remains. A simple act, liking this video, sharing it with someone who longs for peace, or subscribing so you may return whenever you need the sea's embrace, becomes part of this journey. Do it not with urgency, not with pressure, but as naturally as the waves meet the shore, as softly as the tide follows the moon, as gently as the horizon welcomes the sun each morning. Now close your eyes more fully, and let the horizon fade from sight but remain within your spirit. You no longer see it, yet you know it is there, endless, steady, eternal. It stretches before you, it stretches within you, it stretches beyond time. The horizon belongs to the ocean, and tonight it belongs to your dreams. Block 11, The Secrets of the Ocean Floor. Beneath the horizon that stretches endlessly, beneath the tides and the currents and the shimmering waves, lies a world rarely seen yet always present. The ocean floor. It is the quiet foundation of the sea, a vast landscape hidden from sunlight, stretching across more than 2/3 of our planet, yet wrapped always in darkness. Tonight, we will not imagine it as harsh or alien. We will imagine it as serene, as a place where mountains rise in silence, where valleys stretch in shadow, where the earth itself rests beneath layers of water, steady, patient, eternal. Picture yourself drifting slowly downward, past the twilight zones where fish glow faintly, past the midnight layers where whales sing softly in the dark, until you reach the seafloor. The descent is long, yet unhurried. You sink as though carried by invisible hands, your body weightless, your breath slow. At last, the surface above is far away, the light long gone, and before you stretches a plain of sand, smooth and still, unbroken by waves, untroubled by wind. The ocean floor lies quiet, undisturbed for centuries, its silence deeper than sleep. Across this plain rise mountains taller than Everest if measured from their base, yet hidden beneath miles of water. They do not pierce the sky, they pierce the sea, their peaks covered not with snow but with silence. Imagine drifting across their slopes, their ridges sharp but unmoving, their valleys shadowed, their presence ancient. These mountains have stood for millions of years, unshaken, unseen, untouched. They are reminders that even within the ocean, there is solidity, there is permanence, there is rest. Between these mountains lie trenches, valleys so deep they seem to touch the Earth's core. The Mariana Trench, the deepest known, stretches farther down than any mountain rises. Yet even here, where darkness is absolute, the seafloor is calm. The pressure is immense, the cold complete, yet the silence is unbroken. Strange creatures drift within it, their bodies delicate, their lights faint, their movements slow. They are not frantic, they are patient. They remind us that life endures even in shadow, that peace exists even in depth, that calm is not broken by darkness but born within it. And here lies another gentle truth. The ocean floor is not empty. It is alive with subtle motion. Currents sweep across its plains, moving particles of sand, carrying nutrients, feeding life. Volcanoes rise quietly, releasing warmth into the water, sustaining ecosystems in places where no sunlight ever reaches. Entire communities of creatures gather around these hidden vents, thriving in silence, glowing softly in darkness, reminding us that life always finds rhythm, always finds harmony, always finds calm. Now imagine walking slowly across this floor in your mind. Each step sinks gently into soft sand, leaving footprints that the current will soon erase. The seafloor holds them briefly, then releases them, reminding you that nothing is permanent, that even the marks we leave are softened by time, dissolved into silence. The ground beneath your feet is not harsh, it is steady. It holds you without effort. It supports you without sound. It becomes part of you without demand. Above you, miles of water press downward, yet you do not feel crushed. You feel held. The weight of the ocean is not a burden but a blanket, wrapping you in its embrace, muffling sound, softening thought, cradling you into stillness. The seafloor is not a place of fear but a sanctuary, a bed for the ocean, a bed for you, where you may lie in imagination, supported by silence, surrounded by calm. So tonight, let the secrets of the ocean floor remind you that even in the deepest, darkest places, peace endures. The mountains rise quietly, the trenches wait patiently, the plains stretch endlessly. Nothing disturbs them, nothing hurries them, nothing breaks their calm. They are the foundation of the sea, and they can be the foundation of your rest. Imagine yourself lying upon that soft sand, the currents passing gently above, the darkness infinite yet soothing, the silence steady as eternity. Close your eyes, breathe slowly, and let the ocean floor carry you deeper into sleep. Block 12. The ocean's endless shores. From the silent mountains and deep valleys of the ocean floor, let us rise again slowly, drifting upward until we reach the edges where sea meets land, where the vast body of water touches the solid ground of the continents. These are the shores, the endless boundaries of the ocean, stretched like ribbons around the world, each one different, each one unique, yet all connected by the same tide, the same waves, the same embrace of water. Shores are where the ocean breathes into the land, where its song becomes audible, where its calm is given shape in sand, in stone, in salt. Imagine walking along such a shore at dusk. The air is cool, the sky glowing with the last embers of sunlight. The sand beneath your feet is damp, smooth, still warm from the day, now softening under the touch of the tide. Waves curl gently, their foam brushing your toes, then retreating again, leaving behind a sheen of silver water that reflects the fading light. Each step you take is softened by the sand, each sound of the waves a lullaby. The shore stretches ahead endlessly, curving into the horizon, unbroken, eternal. Some shores are sandy, wide and flat, stretching like golden plains into the distance. Their grains shift with the wind, their shapes changing with the tide, yet they always return, always remain. Walking along them feels like walking through time itself, each footprint lasting only a moment before the sea claims it, erasing gently, reminding you that nothing is permanent, that everything flows. Yet the sand is forgiving, yielding to every step, cradling your feet with softness, inviting you to walk further, to wander without hurry, to lose yourself in the rhythm of the shore. Other shores are rocky, their stones polished by centuries of waves. Here the sea sings differently. Its waves crash with deeper notes, its foam sprays higher into the air, its voice stronger yet still steady. Tide pools form in hollows, filled with small creatures and shells, each one a microcosm of life. To walk among these rocks is to hear the ocean's strength, but also its patience, for each stone is shaped not by violence, but by repetition, not by haste, but by endless rhythm. The ocean does not break the stone. It smooths it, softens it, teaches it to yield. And there are shores of cliffs where the land rises suddenly, meeting the sea with height and shadow. Here the waves pound against rock, their sound echoing like drums, their spray rising like mist. Yet even here, the rhythm is steady. The cliffs endure, the waves return, the cycle continues. Standing atop such a cliff, you feel both small and vast, humbled by the sea's immensity, yet comforted by its consistency. The horizon stretches beyond, the air tastes of salt, the sound is unbroken. It is not chaos, it is eternity in motion. At night, the shores transform. The sand glows faintly beneath the moon. The foam shimmers with silver. The air fills with the scent of salt and the hum of insects. In some places, the water itself glows with bioluminescence, each wave breaking into sparks of blue light, as though stars had descended from the sky to rest upon the sea. To walk along such a shore is to walk between two heavens, one above and one below, each filled with stars, each filled with silence, each guiding you deeper into calm. And here lies another gentle truth. All shores, no matter how different, are part of the same ocean. The sand of one beach touches the water that will touch another. The waves of one shore become the waves of another. The tide that retreats here will rise elsewhere. The ocean unites them, carries them, connects them. There is no isolation in the sea, no separation, only continuity, only flow, only calm. So tonight, let the shore be your resting place. Imagine yourself walking slowly, your steps light, your body unhurried. The sand yields to you, the rocks guide you, the waves sing to you. With each step, your thoughts dissolve, your burdens sink, your breath slows. The shore stretches endlessly, and though you may never reach its end, you do not need to. The journey itself is the rest, the rhythm itself, the lullaby, the ocean itself, the sleep. Block 13, the salt that shapes the sea. Beyond the shores where waves dissolve against sand and cliffs, beyond the foam that hisses and fades with each tide, lies something even more subtle, something that cannot be seen yet is present in every drop of water, in every wave, in every current. It is the salt of the ocean, the element that gives the sea its taste, its buoyancy, its life. Salt is not loud. It does not shimmer on the surface like light. nor sing like whales in the depths. It is quiet, dissolved, invisible. Yet without it, the ocean would not be the ocean. Without it, the balance of life would not exist. Tonight, we will let the presence of salt remind us of the quiet powers that shape the world, the silent elements that sustain all things. Imagine yourself scooping a handful of seawater at the edge of the shore. It looks clear, transparent, like liquid glass. Yet upon your lips it carries a sharpness, a taste that is unmistakable. The taste of salt, the ocean's signature. That taste has lingered for millions of years, unchanged since the earliest seas formed upon the earth. Every wave you see tonight, every drop that brushes your skin, carries within it grains of salt older than mountains, dissolved fragments of stone and soil that rivers carried into the sea over ages uncounted. The ocean remembers through salt, remembers every river, every rainfall, every stone worn smooth by time. Salt is what makes the ocean alive with buoyancy. When you enter the sea and let yourself float, it is salt that carries you, that holds your body upon the surface, that lifts you without effort. It is the unseen hand beneath your back, supporting you, telling you to release your weight, to surrender. You do not need to fight to stay above water. You need only to trust, to let go. In this way, salt teaches calm. It teaches that sometimes the invisible is what holds us. Sometimes the things we cannot see are the ones that keep us afloat. Beneath the surface, salt creates balance. It shapes the density of the water, the flow of currents, the life of creatures. Fish, shells, corals, all depend upon its presence, upon its quiet stability. Without salt, the ocean would be unstable, fragile. With it, the ocean endures, strong yet gentle, vast yet balanced. It is another reminder that calm is not always visible. Sometimes it lies hidden, dissolved within the flow, unseen yet eternal. Picture the great salt flats left behind where ancient seas once dried, vast plains of white stretching beneath the sun. These are the ocean's memories upon land, the traces of water long gone but never forgotten. To walk across them is to walk across silence itself. The crunch of salt beneath your feet, the only sound, the air shimmering, the horizon endless. They remind us that the ocean's presence lingers even where it has retreated, that calm leaves echoes, that peace leaves traces. And here lies a gentle truth. The salt in your own body is the same as the salt in the sea. The oceans flow within you as much as they flow around you. The taste of tears, the taste of sweat, the balance of your blood, all carry the ocean's memory, all carry the same ancient salt. You are not separate from the sea. You are part of it, sustained by it, connected to it. When you rest tonight, you rest not apart from the ocean, but within it, your body echoing its balance, your spirit carried by its calm. So let yourself imagine floating now, your body supported by invisible hands, your weight surrendered to the sea. Feel the salt lifting you, holding you, carrying you. You are safe within it, safe within the balance of elements that have endured since the first dawn. You are part of the ocean, part of its calm, part of its eternity. And as you close your eyes, the salt of the sea will hold you still, carrying you deeper into rest, deeper into silence, deeper into sleep. Block 14, the endless blue above and below. Beyond the grains of salt dissolved quietly in every drop of seawater, beyond the invisible support that lets bodies float and keeps life in balance, lies the most striking feature of the ocean, its color. For most of us, the ocean is remembered as blue, an endless shade that stretches from horizon to horizon, shifting from pale turquoise near the shore to dark indigo in the open depths. Yet the truth is more subtle. The sea contains every color, every reflection, every shimmer of sky and light. It is not only water, it is a mirror of the heavens, an echo of the clouds, a canvas of eternity. Tonight, we will let the ocean's colors soften our minds, letting them dissolve thought by thought until nothing remains but stillness. Picture the ocean on a clear day, the sky bright above it, the sun high and golden. The water glows with hues of sapphire, its surface broken by white foam that sparkles like scattered pearls. Waves roll gently, their crests catching the light, flashing silver before dissolving again into blue. To stare into this color is to feel pulled into infinity, as though the sea stretches not only outward but inward, filling your very breath with calm. The blue of the ocean is not just a color. It is a presence, a state of mind, a lullaby for the eyes. Closer to the shore, the colors shift. The water turns turquoise, glowing with the brightness of sunlight filtering through shallow sand. Here, the sea is clear, translucent, shimmering with greenish tones that move as the waves move, never fixed, always changing, always flowing. Fish dart beneath the surface, their scales reflecting fragments of light like sparks of silver, and each movement folds another layer of color into the water. To walk into these shallows is to walk into light itself, to be bathed in shifting hues that soothe the body and soften the mind. At sunset, the ocean becomes fire, its surface painted with reds, oranges, and purples that ripple with each wave. The horizon glows as though aflame, the water carrying the sky's farewell into the night. These colors do not burn, they soothe. They remind us that endings are not violent but gentle, that even the day dissolves into calm when embraced by the sea. To sit upon the shore and watch these hues fade slowly into darkness is to feel time itself dissolve, each moment stretching, softening, surrendering. At night, under the moon, the ocean turns silver. Its surface glimmers faintly, each wave crest catching the pale glow and folding it into patterns of light. The stars above reflect faintly, so that the sea seems not only blue but filled with galaxies, as if the heavens themselves had descended into the water. In such moments, there is no separation between sky and ocean, above and below. There is only unity, only reflection, only stillness. And in the deepest depths, where no sunlight penetrates, the ocean carries its own colors. Bioluminescent creatures drift through the dark, glowing with shades of green, blue, violet. Their light is faint, yet it feels eternal, shimmering softly in the silence. Imagine floating there, surrounded by tiny sparks of living light, each one swaying like a lantern, each one a heartbeat of the deep. In the darkness, these colors do not frighten, they comfort. They remind us that even in shadow, beauty lingers, that even in silence, light endures. And here lies another gentle truth. The blue of the ocean is the same blue that calms the mind. Scientists may explain it as light scattering through water, but the heart knows it as peace. It is the same color we paint upon walls when we seek rest. The same color of distant mountains, the same color of dreams. Blue is not emptiness. It is presence. It is depth. It is calm. So tonight, let yourself drift into this endless blue. Imagine the horizon stretching outward, unbroken. The sea beneath you glowing in shades of sapphire and turquoise, indigo and silver. Imagine the colors folding around you, softening your thoughts, painting your dreams. You are surrounded by blue, held by it, carried by it. Above and below, within and without, the ocean's endless hues become your own. Close your eyes and let them wash through you like waves of color, dissolving everything but peace. Block 15, the silence between the waves. Beyond the blue that soothes the eyes, beyond the silver shimmer of moonlight and the fiery hues of sunset, there is something even more subtle. something that lingers not in sight but in sound. The silence that dwells between the waves. The ocean is never entirely quiet, yet it is never entirely loud. Its voice rises and falls like breath, but always, between each crash of foam, between each sigh of retreating water, there is a pause, a moment of stillness. That pause is not absence, it is presence. It is the ocean holding its breath, the sea reminding us that rest lies not only in motion but in the spaces between. Imagine yourself sitting upon the sand, the night cool, the air filled with salt. The waves roll in, their sound deep and steady, a crash that fills the world for a heartbeat. Then they dissolve into foam, sliding back with a soft hiss, like a sigh released into the night. And then comes the pause, the stillness before the next wave rises, the silence that holds everything in suspension. It is brief, yet endless. In that silence, your breath slows, your body loosens, your thoughts dissolve. You are no longer waiting for the wave, you are resting within the stillness that holds it. This rhythm repeats endlessly. Sound, hiss, pause, sound, hiss, pause. The pauses are not interruptions. They are part of the song, the softest notes of the ocean's lullaby. Without them, the waves would be only noise, only chaos. With them, the waves become music, a balance of sound and silence, motion and rest, presence and absence. To listen to the sea is to learn this balance, to remember that silence is not emptiness, but part of harmony. And here lies another gentle truth. Silence is never truly silent. Even in the quiet between the waves, there is a hum, a subtle vibration, the faint movement of air, the distant call of a night bird, the soft rustle of wind through dunes. The silence of the sea is filled with whispers, small sounds that do not disturb but soothe, sounds that remind us that stillness is not lifeless but alive with gentleness. To rest within this silence is to rest within life itself, softened, slowed, eternal. Picture yourself lying back upon the shore, your head upon the sand, your eyes closed. The waves continue their song, but you are focused now on the pauses. Each silence stretches into you, dissolving your thoughts, carrying them outward, leaving your mind smooth and calm like the sand beneath the tide. The silence becomes your own, a space within your spirit, a pause between breaths, a rest between moments. You are no longer separate from the ocean. You are the silence itself, infinite, patient, serene. Even within the depths there are silences. The songs of whales fade into stillness. The crackle of reefs subsides into quiet. The shimmer of currents flows into pause. Life beneath the water moves slowly, conserving energy, drifting within calm. The silence of the ocean is not absence but rhythm, not void but fullness. It holds the sea together. It holds the world together. It holds you together. So tonight, let yourself listen not only to the waves but to the stillness between them. Let each pause soften you. Let each silence carry you deeper. Do not fear the absence of sound. Embrace it. It is the space where rest blooms, where sleep rises, where dreams begin. Close your eyes, breathe slowly, and let the silence between the waves become the silence within you. There, in that stillness, you will find peace unbroken, calm eternal, sleep waiting with open arms. Block 16, the ocean's timeless cycles. Beyond the silence that lingers between the waves, beyond the pauses that soften the sea's song into harmony, lies another truth about the ocean. It is a keeper of cycles, endless and unbroken. The rise and fall of tides, the drift of currents, the turning of seasons, all are written upon its surface and hidden within its depths. The ocean does not measure time in hours or minutes, but in rhythms older than mountains, older than memory. Tonight, We will let these cycles wash over us, reminding us that rest is not interruption, but part of continuity, that calm is not escape, but part of life's eternal flow. Imagine the tide rising slowly upon the shore. Each wave comes a little higher than the last, each pause shorter, each hiss softer. Soon the sand that once stretched wide is gone, swallowed gently beneath water, absorbed back into the sea. Hours later, the tide retreats again, revealing stones, shells, pools glimmering with trapped light. This cycle repeats twice each day, as it has for ages uncounted. It does not hurry. It does not falter. It follows the moon, steady and eternal. To watch it is to see patience made visible, to see rhythm without end. Beyond tides are the seasons of the sea. In summer, water's warm, fish gather in abundance, plankton bloom like invisible gardens beneath the surface. In winter, the seas cool, storms grow stronger, migrations begin. Whales move toward warmer waters, turtles lay their eggs upon distant shores, fish drift in vast schools across oceans. These cycles are not sudden. They unfold slowly, gently, like the turning of a vast wheel. Year after year, they continue, shaping life, sustaining balance, reminding us that all things have their seasons, that calm is always waiting within change. Deeper still, the ocean holds cycles that span centuries. Currents carry warm and cold waters around the globe in loops so vast that a single journey may take 1,000 years to complete. Volcanic vents rise and fall, creating mountains in the deep, feeding ecosystems for generations, before sinking again into silence. Even continents shift beneath the ocean's weight, their boundaries redrawn over millennia, their shapes changed by the sea's patience. The ocean does not measure time as we do. It breathes in centuries, it moves in millennia, it rests in eternity. And here lies another gentle truth. Our own lives are part of these cycles. The salt in our blood echoes the salt of the sea. The rhythm of our hearts echoes the rhythm of tides. The breath within our lungs echoes the waves upon the shore. We are not outside the ocean. We are within it, bound to its cycles, part of its flow. When we rest, when we sleep, we do not step away from life. We return to it. We align ourselves again with the rhythm that has always carried us. Picture yourself lying upon the sand as the tide rises and falls. Hours pass, yet you feel no rush. The sun drifts across the sky. The stars replace it. The moon rises and sets. Each cycle flows into the next. Each moment softens into another. You are carried not by time's pressure, but by its rhythm. Not by urgency, but by continuity. In this rhythm lies peace. In this continuity lies calm. In this endless cycle lies rest. So tonight, let the ocean's timeless cycles guide you. Imagine tides rising and retreating within your breath, seasons shifting within your spirit, currents flowing within your dreams. Let go of hours and minutes. Let go of urgency and demand. Surrender to the rhythm that has no beginning, no end, only flow. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and drift into the cycle of sleep, as eternal and patient as the sea. Block 17, the gentle breath of the wind over the sea. Beyond the great cycles of the tides and currents, beyond the turning of seasons, and the patient journey of waters across centuries, there is another companion to the ocean, one that cannot be separated from it, one that shapes its surface and sings across its horizon. It is the wind, the breath of the earth that brushes against the waves, lifting them, smoothing them, filling the sails of ships, whispering across coasts. The ocean without wind is a mirror, but with wind it becomes alive, textured, musical. Tonight we will let the wind carry us, not as a storm, not as force, but as calm, as a gentle breath over the sea. Picture the ocean on a quiet morning. The surface is almost flat, shimmering faintly beneath a pale sky. Then a breeze arrives, soft, invisible, touching the water with fingers of air. Small ripples form, glittering as they catch the light. The sea responds not with resistance but with surrender, letting itself be shaped, letting itself be guided. Soon the ripples become small waves, sliding across the surface, not hurried, not harsh, but flowing like silk beneath the sky. To watch them is to see harmony, to hear the silent conversation between water and wind. Imagine yourself standing upon a cliff overlooking the sea. The wind brushes your face, cool and steady, carrying with it the scent of salt, the faint taste of spray. Below you, the waves form patterns, each one curved and folded by the breeze. The sound is not only the sea, but the blending of elements, the hiss of foam, the sigh of air, the harmony of breath and water. The wind is the ocean's voice, the sea the wind's canvas, and together they compose a lullaby that stretches endlessly across the horizon. For sailors, the wind was always a guide. It filled their sails, carried them to distant lands, returned them home. Yet even beyond travel, the wind was a presence, a reminder of freedom, of movement, of change. To lie upon the deck of a ship and hear the sails filled with steady breath was to feel carried not only by water, but by sky, not only by sea, but by air. The wind above and the current below work together, guiding journeys with patience, never hurried, never harsh. And here lies a calming truth. The wind, like the sea, has its moods. It can rage, it can roar, it can rise in storms. But it also whispers, it also caresses, it also soothes. The same breath that bends trees and drives tempests is also the breath that cools your face on a summer evening, that brushes softly across your skin as you sit by the shore, that stirs the curtains at night as you drift into sleep. It is not always force. It is often calm, a presence that reminds us of gentleness, of continuity, of stillness carried on air. Imagine now lying upon the beach at night. The waves roll gently, the stars glow above, and the wind moves softly across your body. It is cool but not cold, steady but not harsh. It brushes through your hair, it whispers across your skin, it joins the ocean's song in harmony. Each breath of wind feels like a hand smoothing you into rest, each sigh a reminder that the world moves not only in water, but in air, not only in tides, but in breezes. You are surrounded by elements, embraced by them, carried by them. Even in the vast open sea, far from land, the wind is a companion. It ripples the surface, it stirs the sails, it hums in the rigging, it whistles gently through masts. Sailors once lay upon their decks listening to these sounds, rocked by the rhythm of waves, lulled by the voice of the wind. For them, as for you tonight, the ocean and the air became one, and rest became inevitable. So let yourself be carried now, not only by water, but by air. Imagine the breeze moving through your spirit, smoothing your thoughts, dissolving your worries, carrying you as the wind carries the waves. Let each breath you take be the wind itself, steady, gentle, eternal. Close your eyes, feel the invisible caress, and drift as though you too are a sail filled softly with air, moving slowly, calmly, endlessly into sleep. Block 18, the ocean's starry mirror. Beyond the breath of the wind that brushes softly across the waves, beyond the lullabies whispered by currents and tides, there is a moment when the ocean becomes not just water, but sky, a mirror of the heavens. At night, when the sun has set and the last embers of twilight dissolve into shadow, the surface of the sea reflects the stars above, creating the illusion that the world has no ceiling, no floor, only infinite light scattered in every direction. The ocean, vast and unbroken, becomes a second sky, a starry plain stretching endlessly, a silent canvas painted by eternity itself. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of the shore on such a night. The air is cool, the waves move with patient rhythm, and above you the heavens glow with constellations. Each star trembles faintly, its light ancient, its distance immeasurable. Now lower your gaze, and you will see the same stars upon the water, flickering in silver ripples, swaying with each wave, yet steady in their presence. It is as though the ocean and sky are no longer separate, but joined, a single expanse of stars above and below, holding you within their embrace. Picture yourself lying back upon the sand, your head tilted toward the horizon. To your eyes there is no division, only light scattered across eternity. The sound of waves rises softly, the scent of salt fills the air, and your breath slows to match the rhythm of the sea. Each inhale draws the stars closer, each exhale releases your spirit into the infinite. You are no longer simply upon the shore, you are floating between skies, suspended within calm, surrounded by silence, and sometimes the sea carries its own stars. Bioluminescent plankton drift within the shallows, glowing with each touch, each wave, each step. Imagine walking barefoot across wet sand as the tide retreats, and with each step your footprints glow faintly blue, fading slowly as water smooths them away. Imagine wading into shallow waters, each movement of your hand stirring sparks of light, each ripple glowing with living fire. The ocean beneath you becomes a field of stars, shimmering, sparkling yet silent, as though the heavens themselves have descended into the sea. Sailors once spoke of these nights with reverence, when the ocean glowed beneath their ships, trails of light stretching behind them like paths across eternity. They felt as though they sailed not upon water but upon galaxies, their vessels drifting through constellations alive with motion. And perhaps they were right, for the ocean is not separate from the sky. It is part of the same creation, part of the same infinity, part of the same calm. And here lies a gentle truth. The stars above and the stars below are the same, reflections of eternity mirrored across elements. One burns in fire, the other glows in water, yet both remind us of vastness, of stillness, of beauty that cannot be measured. To look upon them is to remember that you, too, are part of this vastness, that your spirit is not small but infinite, that your rest is not fleeting but eternal. So tonight let the ocean's starry mirror carry you. Imagine yourself lying upon its surface, stars above, stars below, your body weightless, your mind silent. You drift between galaxies, your breath steady, your spirit unbroken. Each star is a thought dissolving, each shimmer a dream unfolding, each silence a doorway into deeper rest. Close your eyes now and let yourself fall into that infinity, calm as the sea, eternal as the stars. Block 19, the ocean's eternal rest. Beyond the nights when the sea mirrors the stars above and glows with its own constellations below, there lies a deeper truth about the ocean, its nature as a place of eternal rest. For all its vastness, all its movement, all its rhythms of tide and current, the sea is also stillness itself. Beneath the surface, beneath the waves, beyond the shimmer of light, the ocean holds a calm that endures forever, a calm that does not waver, a calm that cradles the earth in silence. Tonight, we drift into that truth, into the rest that belongs not only to the ocean but to you, waiting patiently as you close your eyes. Imagine yourself floating upon the open sea on a night without wind. The water is flat, the stars shimmer faintly above, and there is no sound but your own breath blending with the distant hush of waves. You are held, carried, supported. The sea beneath you does not falter. It does not demand, it does not rush. It simply exists, steady, endless, unbroken. Your body lies weightless, your spirit unburdened, your thoughts dissolving into the stillness. The ocean has no urgency, and now, neither do you. Picture sinking slowly beneath the surface, not with fear, not with weight, but with peace. The water closes around you like a blanket, cool and silent. The light fades, replaced by gentle darkness, a darkness not harsh but protective, a darkness that holds you. You drift downward, past glowing creatures, past silent currents, until you reach a place where time itself seems to stop. The water does not press, it embraces. The silence does not isolate, it comforts. Here, within the deep, you feel the truth of eternal rest, the calm that lies beyond movement, beyond thought, beyond sound. And yet even here, life continues. Fish drift slowly, their fins swaying in rhythm with unseen currents. Jellyfish pulse faintly, glowing like lanterns in the dark. Whales hum softly, their songs lingering across miles of water. Everything moves, yet nothing hurries. Everything lives, yet everything rests. The ocean does not stop, yet it is never restless. Its eternity is not made of noise, but of harmony, not of chaos, but of balance, not of urgency, but of patience. Think now of the countless generations that have gazed upon its surface. Sailors, wanderers, poets, dreamers, all have stood where you stand, sat where you sit, rested where you rest, and listened to the sea's calm. They saw its vastness, felt its silence, trusted its eternity. They knew, as you know now, that the ocean is not only water but presence, not only horizon but eternity. Its calm stretches beyond lifetimes, beyond history, beyond memory. And here lies another gentle truth. The ocean's rest is also your rest. Its silence is within you, its stillness is within you, its eternity is within you. When you close your eyes, when you surrender to sleep, you are not leaving the world. You are entering the ocean of calm that has always held you. Each breath is a tide rising and falling, each heartbeat a wave repeating endlessly, each dream a current carrying you deeper into stillness. You are not apart from the sea, you are part of its eternity. So tonight, let yourself surrender fully. Imagine lying upon the ocean's surface, stars above, darkness below, silence all around. Let the water hold you, let the stillness fill you, let the eternity embrace you. You do not need to move, you do not need to strive, you do not need to think. The ocean carries you, the ocean holds you, the ocean rests within you. Close your eyes, breathe slowly, and let yourself drift into that eternal rest, calm as the sea, endless as its horizon, steady as its silence. Block 20, the ocean's final embrace. Beyond the silence of eternal rest, beyond the calm that lies within depths unseen, the ocean offers one final gift, its embrace. For as vast as it is, as endless as its horizons stretch, as deep as its trenches descend, the ocean is not distant. It is close, it is intimate, it is always waiting to hold. Every wave that brushes against the shore is an embrace. Every tide that returns is a reminder that nothing is lost. Every current that carries life across the globe is a whisper of connection. And tonight, as you surrender to sleep, the ocean's embrace becomes your own, surrounding you with calm, with patience, with eternity. Imagine yourself standing at the water's edge one last time. The night is soft, the stars glow faintly above, and the waves move toward you with slow persistence. They reach your feet, wrap around them with foam, then retreat gently, only to return again. Each touch is an embrace, not hurried, not forceful, but steady, faithful, eternal. You step forward, the water rising to your knees, your waist, your chest, until you are floating, weightless. The ocean carries you, holds you, surrounds you. It is not cold, not harsh, it is steady, soft, endless. You are not separate from it. You are part of it, embraced completely. Picture drifting farther from the shore, your body resting upon the water, your eyes closing. The horizon surrounds you, stars above, silence below. The waves lift you gently, lower you softly, each motion another embrace. You are not lost in vastness, you are found within it. You are not abandoned to silence, you are carried by it. The ocean becomes not a place but a presence, not water but calm, not distance but closeness. Its embrace is eternal, and it is yours. And here lies the most gentle truth of all. The ocean's embrace is never-ending. Long after you sleep tonight, it will continue to hold, to carry, to surround. Its tides will rise and fall, its currents will turn, its stars will shimmer, its silence will linger. And each time you return, whether in memory or in dream, it will be waiting, as patient as ever, as calm as ever, as eternal as ever. You are never far from it, for it flows within you, it flows around you, it flows beyond you. So let yourself surrender fully now. Let the waves cradle your spirit. Let the tides carry your thoughts away. Let the silence dissolve your burdens. You are safe in the ocean's arms, safe in its calm, safe in its eternity. Close your eyes, breathe slowly, and let the final embrace carry you into rest deeper than dreams, calmer than silence, softer than time itself. And before we drift into that silence together, let me leave you with one last gentle invitation. If this ocean's embrace has carried you closer to rest tonight, you can help keep its calm alive for others. A simple act: liking this video, sharing it with someone who longs for peace, or subscribing so you may return to this calm whenever you need, becomes part of the rhythm, part of the tide, part of the embrace. Do it softly, do it naturally, as though placing another ripple upon the water, another star upon the horizon, another wave upon the shore. Now the ocean is holding you, the horizon is infinite, the silence is complete. Drift, surrender, sleep. The sea has you, and it will never let you go.